the Parker Solar Probe has successfully penetrated the Sun's atmosphere. It even succeeded at capturing the moment it entered the Sun's atmosphere. It's the first time in human history that a man-made probe has passed through the Sun's atmosphere. Scientists regard this event as a monumental moment in astronomy and a true feat. Even now, the Parker probe is continuing its journey deeper into the Sun. The Sun, unlike the Earth, does not have a solid surface. So, it's quite ambiguous where the Sun ends and space begins. Until now, scientists had believed it to be somewhere beyond the corona, a tremendously hot and vast atmosphere. The corona refers to a layer of plasma, bound by the Sun's gravity and magnetic field. It is a large atmosphere surrounding the Sun, clearly a part of the Sun itself. But the issue, as can be seen in this picture, is that the boundary is very vague. Can you precisely distinguish where the Sun ends and where space begins? In fact, scientists are also quite confused about this part. To find the boundary between the Sun and space, we must first locate where the corona ends. The Sun's corona has a tendency to gradually escape the Sun due to its heat and pressure. Due to this characteristic, the corona eventually escapes the Sun's gravity, becoming solar wind released into space. The critical point here is the boundary where the corona escapes the Sun's gravity. This point can be said to be the boundary that separates the Sun and space. However, until now, scientists have been unable to pinpoint exactly where this boundary lies. They assume that it's located somewhere between 6.9 and 13.9 million kilometers away, where the corona diffuses. In the end, there's only one sure way to solve this question. That is to go directly into the Sun's corona and find out where that boundary lies. And fortunately for us, we have the Parker probe orbiting around the Sun. Over time, the Parker probe has been gradually getting closer to the Sun while orbiting around it. Recently, it has managed to approach a point about 14 million kilometers away from the Sun's surface. And the Parker probe did not stop there, it kept moving closer towards the inside of the Sun. And on April 28, 2021, the Parker Solar Probe ultimately approached a point about 13 million kilometers from the Sun's surface. At this point, the Parker probe detected particles and magnetic components that scientists had assumed to be part of the corona. This result signifies that the Parker probe has successfully entered the Sun's atmosphere. It was a historic moment when a man-made machine entered the atmosphere of a star for the first time. Also, it marked the moment of direct confirmation of the Sun-space boundary. Furthermore, the Parker probe succeeded in moving even closer, reaching as far as 10.5 million kilometers from the surface. This footage shows the situation as the Parker probe approached the Sun. In the video, you can see many bright streaks swiftly passing by the probe. This phenomenon can be observed within a structure known as a corona streamer. A corona streamer refers to a loop-shaped structure that connects two points with opposing polarities. Since this loop is filled with electrons, it can shine very brightly. In simple terms, it refers to the bright white part seen in solar eclipse photos. Going forward, the Parker probe is planned to approach even closer, up to 6 million kilometers from the Sun's surface. If successful, it will break its own record as the probe that has approached a star at the closest in history. The key point is whether the Parker probe can withstand the intense heat of the Sun. If the Parker probe can withstand this temperature, we'll be able to learn even more about the Sun.